sponsors, partners were probably pulling their money, saying, hey, if you're going to continue to stay on this network that has these really big allegations, I can't partner with you anymore. And as that dwindles, then you have to respond. As the public uproar increases, you have to respond.
I don't know for sure. And again, this is all speculation. We don't know.
All speculation. Personal opinions.
We don't know what caused Joyce to make this decision, but we do know that I think it was more, I don't know if it was so much her sponsors, it might have been her partners, right? Yeah. Those individual partners who partnered, who were sending emails asking what's up.
Yeah.
Which again, if you get a number of those, you're going to... Joyce Meyer, the best-selling Christian author and longtime ministry leader and speaker, is pausing her programming with Daystar Television after years as a leading host at the influential Christian television broadcaster, according to an email obtained by an unspoken spokesman for Joyce Meyers Ministries. Meyer, who is a popular show, Enjoying Everyday Life, has aired on Daystar, is the latest in the series of Christian leaders to break ties with the network after a controversy involving allegations of an abuse cover-up. Her ministry will pause its programming with Daystar starting on Monday. Daystar has been a long-standing broadcast partner, helping our ministry to share the life-changing message of Jesus around the world. However, in recent weeks, we have become troubled by allegations surrounding Daystar Television Network. Joyce Meyer's son, Dan Meyer, wrote in an email to staff of Joyce Meyers Ministries. Due to the nature of these allegations and my mom's own story, we feel a profound responsibility to stand for truth and create a space for its discovery. In addition, we must always be sensitive to the hearts of those walking on this journey with us. As many of you are aware, we have received significant and growing amount of concern from our partners and viewers regarding the Daystar situation. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Level Up with Larry and Leo, where we turn trials and opportunities and dreams into reality. I am Larry, and this is the co-host, Brother Leo. Leo, how do you feel about Joyce Meyers breaking ties with Daystar?
Man, we've been reacting to this Daystar saga for a few weeks now. Man, we said from the beginning that it's going to be a sinking ship. And everybody's going to start to scurry off. Or at the very least, renegotiate their contract to get some better terms. Because it's looking terrible.
So here's the thing. We've already talked about Jesse Duplantis and some other ministry leaders who have left the Daystar sinking ship. But here's the thing that's significant about Joyce Meyers. She's the first one that's actually pointing, well, not the first one, but one of the more prominent ones who is pointing at the allegations as the reason for her departure.
Yeah.
Jesse Duplantis, he kind of gave some other little shifty moves as to why.
But he knew that like a year ago, about a year ago. He already knew that when he was praying in September, he already had that information in his back of his head. Because no doubt, like before we all knew it, the people in the inner circle and people around Daystar heard those, and they, you know what I mean? So don't over spiritualize it, Duplantis. Don't do that.
But the thing that's interesting about Joyce Meyers, number one, it's one of her more popular programs. It's one of the more popular programs on the Daystar network. A lot of people rock with Joyce. Okay, she gets a lot of views. She gets a lot of love. She is a very, very popular televangelist in America, in the world. A lot of people follow her. A lot of women follow her. She is very much a well loved minister and speaker in this space. And there was a lot of fire that's being pushed to her from her followers. Like, why are you not saying anything about this Daystar situation? Because we know your story and we know that you have a similar story that happened to you when you were younger, and
Mm-hmm.
you need to speak for those that don't have a voice, and we're expecting that from you because of what we know about your situation.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't really follow Joyce, so I don't know her story. But when I heard that she had essay by a family member, she was, done wrong in so many words without saying what needs to be what should be said. She was molested,
Yeah.
and to that should pull on your heartstring
Mm-hmm.
to know that there's a possibility that that happened to another young girl, and it's being covered up by people in high positions that are claiming to be following the word and precepts of God, but they're concealing a known or suspected pedo. So it's I think it's it's a good middle ground that she's like, okay, we're pausing. We're giving y'all a chance to get right. We're giving y'all a chance, whether you like her, love her, know her, don't know her. But I think her team's approach, because they're probably still under contract.
Yeah.
Her team's approach is, we're gonna pause, and this pause may be in perpetuity.
Yeah.
It may never be unpaused, but we're gonna pause to give you a chance to get right. Give you a chance to put out pedo Pete, right? Give you a chance to get right, because I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think she's connecting this to Doug's marriage to Joni. None of that. It's strictly about what is the most egregious offense, which is essay a young girl.
What I find interesting about Joyce's situation is it brings up the conversation, which is quite necessary for ministry leaders, is the conversation around when does justice and truth and integrity matter above profit.
Mm.
Like, in some cases, this is a conversation that happens in secular arenas, but I mean, among church leaders, among ministry leaders, shouldn't this be at the forefront? Shouldn't this be the thing that matters above anything else?
Yeah.
And she was put to the fire by her followers, like, hey, you're still on Daystar. You haven't said anything about this situation. What's up? Like, why are you kind of being silent?
Yeah, your silence is deafening.
And I think it's something that we have to really consider in this whole situation. Like, for any person, for any ministry that is still on Daystar, we have to ask the question, why?
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to leave. You could pause. Okay, we pausing. Give you a chance to get right. We're gonna pause. Give you a chance to get this straightened out. And if you don't get straightened out, then you've lost programming. So you're gonna be rolling reruns, and you're gonna have to come up with new shows. You know, your boy might get a call. Marcus Rogers. You know,
We have a slot open for you, Marcus.
Come on in. So yeah, I like this. I can't classify myself as a fan of Joyce or following her ministry or anything like that. But I think this is a measured approach to saying,
she definitely has a massive audience.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen her books at Walmart and all that. It's just me personally, I haven't had too much, been acquainted too much with her in her theology, her
me either.
preaching.
I don't think she's really catering to our market.
So I would say that yes, this is a measured approach, saying, hey, we're gonna pause, you guys get right, all right, and it's sensitive. You guys need to address this, because I think this is what needs to be addressed more than the marriage to Doug, even though Doug do be moving dirty. Is the fact that this young lady still hasn't had justice.
It's like, how long can Joni get these partners to submit when the funds are drying up?
And if the funds dry up, does Dougie pull a Marcus? Say, God told me to go back. Come on. Like,
I feel convicted.
After much prayer and soul searching.
I mean, I was seeking the Lord and he told me, go back to your first wife.
Return to your first love.
If she accepts you, because she might have heard from the Lord too.
Hey, he coming back with some cheese. She probably didn't even want to go. But I digress. I really think that Joyce is doing a good thing by saying, hey, let's pause, even though it was based on public pressure. And I think, do I hate to say it? I'm going to say it. I don't hate to say it because it needs to be said. So I'm going to say it. Sponsors, partners were probably pulling their money, saying, hey, if you're going to continue to stay on this network that has these really big allegations, I can't partner with you anymore. And as that dwindles, then you have to respond. As the public uproar increases, you have to respond.
I don't know for sure. And again, this is all speculation. We don't know.
All speculation. Personal opinions.
We don't know what caused Joyce to make this decision, but we do know that I think it was more, I don't know if it was so much her sponsors, it might have been her partners, right? Yeah. Those individual partners who were sending emails asking what's up.
Yeah.
Which again, if you get a number of those, you're going to...
Those are big givers. They're your big donors. Those are your if they're starting to say, hey, because they help pay to put you on.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I was listening to a pastor give a talk on giving the other just yesterday, and I'm not sure if this is relevant, but I'm just curious your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about giving, especially nowadays. It was a conference, and a pastor put in a question, and he said, "What do you do when the church is full, but the giving is slim?" What do you do? And I have a point. I'm going somewhere.
Take us there.
So basically, we have a full house, but when we go back to the offering is slim, which means that everybody who's there ain't giving.
Yep.
And then I think about the situation with Eddie Long's church, how His church, I mean, it crumbled. But he had a small few who were given a lot, who
Yeah.
kept the thing going until they were able to rebound. My question is, the thing with Daystar, because we're talking about Daystar, maybe they have a small few
Oh, I
bit
bet they
of
do.
donors
Yeah.
who are able to keep the ship afloat. Because we always wonder, like, when these things happen, how does the thing keep going? Maybe they have a small few that were able to keep the thing going during all of the storm. What are your thoughts on that?
So for that, I go to what the difference is between a church and a crowd.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will buy into your vision as the man of God or the woman of God. And sometimes people come in and they enjoy the atmosphere. They enjoy the great worship. They like the coffee bar in the front. They like the deli or whatever you got set up. They like the children's church. They like the children's ministry. Their kids love to come there and play basketball on, Sunday afternoons or Saturday afternoons. Like, there's other reasons why they're coming, and they haven't been compelled to sow a seed into keeping it going. So those who are in the inner circle feel like they're bought in. So them keeping it going is them keeping something important to them going, right? For the individuals that are just there, they're just looking for a good place to worship. They're looking for some good singers, good music, a good atmosphere where I could praise God, I could lift my hands, I could sing out loud, whatever your form of worship looks like, they're looking for that. And that's why they're there. So when the plate passes around, when the QR code goes up there, they're not thinking about that. Okay. And the other part is maybe they're not financially able to do that right now. And
The
they
reason
need
I
to
bring
be.
that up,
Go ahead.
the reason I even bring up that thing, because some people are going to wonder, man, with all of these big programs leaving, how is Daystar going to stay
Oh
afloat?
yeah.
And many people say that about a lot of ministries. They're like, hey, how is this ministry still going? Don't mistake the crowd from the church.
Yeah. And
Or
and, and,
don't
and go ahead.
don't mistake the crowd from the core.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you see a lot of people flowing, that doesn't mean that those are the people who are keeping the thing going.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people who wonder, man, how does this thing keep going after all of these programs just jetted? Don't work that way.
Let me propose something to you. I don't know this to be a fact, but I know from my, just thinking as a business owner, business operator, and that realm, you already have a staff of people who call to raise donations and so forth. Go to your donor list and say, hey, we are under attack by the enemy. The Lord is putting us through this test, but we're believing that we're going to come out shining like gold. And we're calling our partners to partner with us to increase your commitment from $30 a month to $60 a month, to $59 a month. If you were partnering at $100 a month, won't you consider partnering at $150 or $125? So going back to those people who are staying partnered and telling them, hey, let's batten down the hatches, or however way you say that. Let's come together. Let's increase what we could do. Let's increase our commitment so we can make it through this storm. And guess what? A lot of times you're going to be able to get that.
Not even just that. Like, that's one angle, but I don't know how many people watch the series Greenwood. uh, the bishop had the inner circle, where there were a lot. They were a lot stronger. They were the top 20%. and they get a whole different pitch
Yeah.
of how this thing is to go. And you can raise a couple million just from those people, because those are your top percent givers and the ones that really keep the thing really afloat. So I say all of that to say, I understand a lot of people who are like, man, Daystar is finally gonna go down. For those who understand how ministry works,
Yeah.
we understand it's gonna take a lot more than some of these programs dropping off to really take the ship down. Because again, we have a ministry that was left by Marcus Lamb. They were debt free.
Yep.
They were in a strong financial suit already, and now
You're talking about Greenleaf. I was just Googling because I was like, Greenleaf, right?
Oh, Greenleaf, yeah.
Greenleaf. Yeah. I was like, Greenwood. Okay, Greenleaf.
Yeah. My bad. But yeah, Greenleaf
And the Righteous Gemstones too. They had an inner circle. The Gemstones, and they had a television platform. But go ahead.
And for those who understand, let me define the inner circle. Those are your top 20% givers.
Tithers.
Not
Givers.
just tithers. They were givers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And these were your multimillionaires, billionaires,
Even hundredaires. Yeah, the hundredaires are dig deep.
who were loaded
Mm-hmm.
and had excess and excess. They were not just barely making it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Daystar is considered, from a tax perspective, to be a church,
Yep.
which means they are a 501c3, which means that those who donate,
Taxable donation.
taxable,
Tax. Yeah.
tax
Write-off.
tax write-off. So it's a little different of a situation on purpose.
Oh yeah.
So what we can see and what we can suggest is Joni is pulling on every lever that she possibly can during this storm. So they're gonna be around for a little while.
Oh yeah. What's the term? I can't remember the term right now. But there's a term. I'm sorry for the gross imagery, where you cut a snake's head off, but its body continues to move.
Right.
The same with a frog, like because of the muscles, like a frog could be dead, but when the muscles interact with heat, it'll contract, and then there might be people leaving, but we don't expect Daystar to disappear off the television space. It's still going to be here, but if enough people leave, it will cause them to change, either creating all original programming,
Yeah.
or finding some other way. Because right now they're getting programming from original programming where they raise money for Daystar, for the television, and they're doing programming that they get from their partners who pay to broadcast on Daystar. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. Well, I won't say fun. It's gonna be interesting to watch and see how they navigate this, when all they have to do is say, "Hey, look, Pete, we believe you're innocent, but we want an independent third party who has a badge to make that same determination." And just do that. If the police come in and they do a thorough investigation and they say we find nothing, then that's something you can stand on. But when you do your own thing and then you're talking about submission. You're talking about God told me. You're talking. We don't want to hear none of that. When it comes to SA, we don't want to hear none of that.
But we know that the allegations are strong enough for there to be a lot of scrutiny. However, and we remember this back based upon the what was it? Whoever that guy was who did the press release.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the brother that was hat fishing everybody. Yeah. Can't remember his name either.
We know, yeah, I can't even remember his name, but we know that their audience isn't online.
Yep. I'm gonna look for his name right now. Yeah, their audience don't follow this,
which is very very convenient, right?
Yeah. But that's good for them because they could raise, they could raise money and say, hey, we're under attack. Okay. And we need you to donate $1,000. We need you to increase your New Year's commitment tenfold. You know what I mean?
It seems like, and this is what it seems like. This is my thoughts, what I think that Joni is doing. It seems like she is trying to tap into the YouTube market.
That wouldn't be a dumb idea.
Not at all. You're not gonna get to Daystar's level by being dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. You see your more original sponsors, your more original people who are supporting you are jumping ship. Why not go into the market that's actually getting the engagement now?
Yeah.
The online market. So you got guys like Marcus Rogers and even other YouTubers who are going to go with what you're saying. What are you offering to them? We know as online content creators that the online content bag is not as consistent as what Daystar may offer. Yeah. Right? So you're going to people who have been basically on a unstable ship, and you're saying, hey, it doesn't have to be as unstable as it's been.
Come on over. And it was Steve Wilhite with the hat and talking about your clickbait cockroach. That was him.
So you're basically enticing them, saying, hey, come over to Daystar Waters. They're a lot less tumultuous.
Yeah.
They're much more smooth.
More smooth because it's more consistent. Man, I love it. I love the fact that she's leaving or pausing and giving them a chance to get right before they get left. You like that? Oh man, but yeah, been together since 2005. Okay, you come on now. I'm gonna pause it for you to get right. Get these allegations. Get Pete up out of here. Okay, or at least put him in the hands of the authorities to determine his innocence, as opposed to. And I know that the rumor mill saying that it is who we. They're making conjecture and connecting dots to who they may be, and it might be somebody that's really close to you and your grandkids on the other side. But justice must prevail.
It must. Y'all let us know what you think in the comments.
Like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. We're going to do a live show. Live broadcast next month. We're going to keep on reminding you. We're going to make the big announcement on what day it is, but we want to interact with y'all, so please keep that in mind.
If you want to be a vibe,
subscribe
and let us know what you think below. Until next time,
peace.